I love how simple that intro is. I don't know why.
It's a good intro. Good intro.
It
Welcome
is.
to the show, everybody.
Good evening. It's fucking Saturday. Finally, the longest week of my goddamn life. It's been frustrating. I'm here. I made it. Survived. We all made it. Zach, his handsome, skinny face.
Oh,
Love
really?
it.
I'm
Yeah.
more a
You're,
little chubby. I
nah, you're
was,
getting it. You're getting there, man. I love this. I love to see it, dude. I love to see
uh,
it.
I'm 130 pounds down, so we'll see what
That's fucking
happens.
Fuck yeah,
awesome, dude.
dude. Fuck yeah.
We'll see what happens. I started this at 370, and I stepped on the scale,
I
and
will say. Oh, go ahead. Keep
I'm
going.
244. So
That's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
awesome, dude. I,
yeah.
I, I went back and I watched some of our old shows
hmm
from before you lost weight, and you always sounded like you were struggling to breathe, and you don't do that anymore.
No,
No, he's
no,
about to be our
no.
starting will linebacker, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. Man's about to be a tight end, bro. His 440 just went
no,
from 7 seconds to 4.
Yeah.
well,
Hell yeah, Zach. Well, we
unfortunately, I'm
didn't make it.
5'8", so I got
Yeah.
the height of a safe. I got the height for the safety and the speed of like a D4 linebacker, if there is such a thing. But
Well, we made it to Saturday. We finally get to talk Colts football, man.
Hell
And
yeah.
and as my little subtitle here says, it's the last weekend without Colts football. Preseason officially starts. I think it's Thursday. I think we play on Thursday of next week.
the
Not
seventh, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so preseason football finally coming up. I know it's still preseason football. It's not the most exciting, but guys in pads with Colts logos on them will be playing football in the next 7 days. So that's something pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're sorry we came live a little late. We were waiting on good old DeMarco over there. I don't know. He just disappeared again. So, but he's here. He made it. Yeah, man. Colts football. Oh, hey, good old Sergeant Legrand. It's one of my NCOs.
What's up,
He
man?
came out. Fuck the
Fins up is
Dolphins.
crazy though.
They finna start the season 0-1, my guy.
Is he a Dolphins fan?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Hasn't
poor
seen
guy.
a lot of winning. Then again, neither have we. But that's going to change. That's going to change this season. My delusion is in full effect right now. We're going 17-0. It
Hey,
starts with Anthony Richardson winning the QB battle, and then we're just going
here's,
crazy.
here's the positive way to start the season. We're not starting against Jacksonville, and we're not
Yeah,
starting in Jacksonville. So
that's
we have
give
a
me that.
better
We're good. Yeah,
opportunity.
we're
We have a
good.
better opportunity to start 1-0 than we have in
We're
recent
closer than
seasons.
we've ever been.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, let's see. We start the year this season against Miami. That's right.
That's what
So
I say. Yeah, they're gonna start 0-1.
yeah.
100%.
I hate to say it, Devontae Legrand, but 0-1, brother.
Oh man.
But we're getting into training camp here, obviously. Well, been in training camp. QB battle still ongoing. There was a lot of noise today, particularly about bad day for the QBs, big day for the defense. Now, you could say one is because of the other, vice versa. But overall, just a lot of noise about it, and kind of conflicting reports about who was the better QB of the two, even though both kind of sucked today. We were talking about a little bit pre-show. Sometimes you just have a bad day as long as it's not a consistent thing. You don't panic about it too much. But then the flip side of that, and the kind of devil's advocate of that, is we've seen both of these quarterbacks historically have bad days more often than good ones. So is it a cause for concern for you guys? Is it hey, pick it up, move it on to the next day? Where are you guys at with
No,
today's big reports?
I think everyone's just kind of overreacting. I think both sides of the ball are still trying to figure out, what they're going to do. They're still trying to uh, gel together. I think Anthony Richardson, what he threw one interception today.
I think so, yeah.
Daniel Jones threw multiple interceptions today. So
As he does.
yeah, I think sitting here saying, "Oh, Daniel Jones won the day" or "Anthony Richardson won the day" is kind of premature. I think it shouldn't really matter who wins the damn day. Overall, I still think Anthony Richardson is still going to be QB1. Um, just overreacting to bad days, man. I had to hop off Twitter today. I was scrolling when I was freaking bored, and I was like, "Bro, this is
What?
insane."
Everybody's
It's
got to have
insane.
a take, though. Everybody's got to have
Everybody's got to have a
input.
take, and it's a lot of it's repeated takes. Then I want to say it was old boy we had on the show the one time. I can't remember his damn name right now. He was like, "Oh, I'll be different." I think AR won the day. And I'm like, no one cares what you think, dude. Like,
Cool.
let it go. Let them do their thing. AR, from what I've seen, has taken his bad days, gone behind scenes, and improved off of it. So,
Well,
Right.
I
That's
think
my
too.
point.
Go ahead, Zach.
As long as guys keep building, I just care about how you bounce back.
yeah,
Have a bad day, just bounce back, just be resilient. In my opinion, like when you're in training camp, the defense is always ahead of the offense because,
Yes.
bro, how hard is it to play cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4? There's only so many cover 6. There's only so many coverages, and there's really only one way to install it. Now, how you disguise that is what makes the defense. How you
Yeah.
and how you execute and marry your fronts with your coverages. That's what makes the defense the defense. But like defensively, it's plug and play. I mean, that's why I always say dumb players play defense. All the smart players are on offense because defense is see ball, hit ball, and offense actually requires nuance. This is me being an offensive guy leaning that way, obviously, because I prefer offense over defense.
I find that totally disrespectful, Zach.
100%. 100%.
Welcome into Mark.
100%. But that's just, I've always said that. Early on in camp, it's always going to be defense over offense. It probably won't be, you'll probably won't see a big shift, I believe, until after like week 2 of the preseason when everyone's finally hits their grooves, guys really gel, and, guys are guys. Individually, you'll see individual stuff, but you'll have a cleaner picture, I also believe, when they actually do name a starting quarterback. And I don't think Shane Steichen really wants to name one anytime soon.
no, I think
he
he won't.
He wants to let it battle it out.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be named until after the preseason.
Yeah, I believe that as well. I think too,
Yeah,
just historically speaking, like if your offense is carving up your defense in training camp reps, it usually doesn't mean your offense is going to be great. It means your defense is going to suck. So if defense
100%.
wins a day or two, like it's in training camp, it's not a huge
Yeah.
concern for me.
I was going to say that. I was going to say I think it's a little more concerning if your defense looks terrible at camp compared to your offense.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to consider offense has to work on the timing of everything. I mean, Zach kind of made a joke about, but it is true as well. Like you have to have the timing right. You have to have every little nuance right on offense. Whereas defense, even though there is a lot of complexity to it, the goal is to just stop the offense, stop what they're doing. So it's a little less nuance in that your timing doesn't have to be so on point with each other. You just really have to play these coverages, play these tackles right. Like it's still a very complicated game, not diminishing it, but I think defense is easier to get going quickly as opposed to offense.
So I was gonna bring this comment up too, D. I'm glad you brought it up from Dave.
Oh, well, I want to comment on that what we were talking about
go
before,
ahead.
real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Right before
Go
that,
ahead.
I just brought it up because it's sitting there. But yeah, what I was going to say was to what Matt said earlier, and everybody talking about the QBs up and down. I do want to say the good thing was Twitter didn't actually have a whole overload of which quarterback did better and which didn't. I had sent you guys what some of the reporters and stuff were saying, but the majority of people were saying, "Hey, this is camp. Guys are going to have up and down days. They want to see how people want to build upon it." And then
I must be
also
following
to
the wrong
Matt's
people.
point,
You're following the assholes,
I mean,
man.
Yeah, I'm
it's
following the
easy to-
assholes.
Yeah, it's easy just to click that button and follow the wrong person or somebody who overreacts. But yeah, it was a bunch of people saying that, and then saying that like it doesn't really matter about a QB having a better day because you can go out there and have a great summer all you want to, and then you go out on your first Sunday and have a bad day. And what's everybody supposed to say? Oh, you're done now? No,
Yeah,
that can happen to anybody. So to you guys' point, I think that's what was a bad day for both of them. That's going to happen in camp. That's the point of camp. Just build on the day. I think I wanted to note something that somebody said. I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but they were basically saying, like, that's going to be the person who wins this battle, who can go out there and have a bad day, come out the next day and the days moving forward and build upon that.
I mean, to be fair too, they've both had multiple bad days. It's
exactly
sure. I think everyone may be looking at it right now as like, oh my God, they had a bad day because they stacked up good days, but like in that first week, it was not great. They didn't start stacking up good days until the second week. So to be fair, everyone, I think, the assholes that I follow, I guess I need to go back through and reevaluate the people I follow. But
big Greg Doyle guy, right?
No. Is he still alive? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it was funny. He actually, I know he was scratching fucking sandpaper when he
Couldn't
saw
wait.
Anthony Richardson have a good day because he wrote out an article that was actually had to say some nice stuff about somebody. So I know he was grinding his.
Bro, who was it that was like he was in the press conference and went to ask a question and you could see, was it Shane when he like rolled his eyes as soon as Greg
Probably.
Doyle went to go ask a
It's
question?
just about anybody now. It's like,
Like, he
dude,
just-
get the hell out of here.
Pascal Siakam of the Pacers is ready to play.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
We don't even have to talk about Caitlin Clark's
Um,
running with him.
crazy.
Good
But,
Lord.
um,
in these media.
But yeah,
I,
go ahead
I
and jump into Dave Stewart's comment here. You have some muscle.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
let's go to
I wanted to talk about this comment. Yeah.
Okay, so Dave was saying here that the Ravens scrimmage and will give us a better idea. We want the D to dominate. We also want the O to dominate. So someone has to have a tough day.
So I disagree with this, and I don't, not that I'm disagreeing with what he's saying as we want the D to dominate, we want the O to dominate. I mean, that's common sense, pure logic, right? I don't think that game is going to give us any insight at all on what is going to happen with the quarterback situation or any of these positional battles. And the reason I say that is because the Ravens and the Colts are in two different positions as it stands right now. The Ravens know who their quarterback is going to be, and who knows, Lamar is probably only going to play one drive. Let's be real. If he does, I wouldn't even play him. Yeah, to be fair, and a lot of their starters probably are not going to play because they have locked in positions.
So what he's talking about is this week coming up, the Colts and the Ravens have joint.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So starters are going to be.
I was fixating
against
on
each other.
I was fixating on the game because that's
the
what
preseason game of it. Yeah,
that's what we are going to see. I mean, we're going to see a lot of the tweets and such of what's going on at the shared practice, but like, to be fair, that's going to be somebody's perspective. It's not going to be us actually seeing it. So I truly don't think we're going to see anything come out of this week that is going to answer anything that we want answered.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I mean, for me. Oh, go ahead, Zach.
So let me spin. I was going to ask a question to Marco. You can answer it immediately. So my question is, if they're having the joint practices, do you even play AR and Danny Dimes week one? Like,
they're going to play week one.
Do you even, or preseason, do you even play these dudes?
They're going to play because even if they're going to do a joint practice, your mic is cutting out again, D, your mic's out. Your mic's out. I don't know if you can hear me.
Your mic's out, bro.
Your mic's out, my guy.
Can't hear you.
We're man down.
Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
No.
But no, so lost my train of thought. I don't think I think they're going to play because I think, joint practice doesn't give them the feel of what you're going to get in a preseason game. Even if it's just a preseason game, it's still a game. So practice is pretty much scripted. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do 11 on 11s. We're going to do 7 on 7s, this, that, and the other. But in a game, you're going to get every feel of situational that you can't control. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the way I see it. Like Shane is controlling the situations that are being thrown at these guys. But once they hit that field on Thursday and they go to play that game, these are situations that are not being thrown at them or created. They have to react to it and be able to execute, if that makes sense.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, way better.
Yes.
Welcome back.
I was trying some new damn headphones, and I guess for some reason they're acting retarded because I just hooked them up. But yeah, Zach, I was saying that, yes, actually this will tell us a lot because of the fact that we want to see what they're going to do against the defense that they haven't seen all summer. Obviously, the Ravens defense is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. We want to see what this offense will be doing against that team. And now it's not going to be contact and everything like that, so we're not going to get like the full-fledged of what a game would look like. But we want to see how this defense will react versus a Lamar, versus this defense that the Ravens got. All those corners, this is supposed to be one of the best secondaries in the league, as everybody should be projecting or at least have. And then as far as the preseason game goes, I believe that if I'm the coach, I think that Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones will both be playing full preseason until I can define which one of them is the guy. So now if that comes after one preseason game or two or whatever, until I name somebody the guy, both of them will be playing. And I'd probably go first quarters, and then go couple drive with the starting offensive line. And then as soon as I take that starting offensive line out, then my quarterbacks are done. But I think you want to see as much as you possibly can. And then with this this joint practices versus the Ravens, I think it'll tell us a lot, because you think back to last year, right? Everybody says that, oh, those joint practices or whatever, they're scripted, they don't show you much. It still comes down to the fact that you have to see certain things. So last year when it came out with the report, when we were against the Bengals were all yelling at Anthony Richardson to throw the ball. He wasn't throwing the ball in the joint practices. We want to see improvement there. We want to see Daniel Jones still being efficient as he was against the Colts defense without the interceptions and stuff like that. So I think this will tell us a lot. I love that we're getting I want to say it's 3 joint practices, but I think it might be 2.
It's 2. It's Baltimore and then Detroit.
Bengals.
It's Baltimore and Detroit this year.
Is it Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I thought it was Cincy.
To me,
No.
Detroit.
It's Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay. That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
Never mind.
So, yeah.
Never mind.
So yeah, those are the ones where, like, obviously, like Matt said, we're gonna be getting some opinions from other people, just like I shared to you guys earlier today, where one guy said AR won, another guy said DJ won. So we got to take their opinions with a grain of salt, obviously, because we can't see those. But I think in the preseason game, I think basically what we want to see is which quarterback is calm, in control, and then basically just, being efficient with what they do, showing that they're the guy.
100%.
That's
100%.
The preseason.
I think either way, whatever news comes out of this, the joint practices and scrimmages, we're not going to see anyway, because it's going to be overshadowed by the fact that Michael Pittman Jr. is going to start a fight with somebody, and that's going to be all the headlines. So.
And Grover Stewart.
We know he will.
Start a fight
He
too.
will. And I'm pretty sure since Michael Pittman Jr. called game versus the Ravens last year, I'm pretty sure
maybe a little bad blood.
Not last year, 2023 with Minshew. I'm pretty sure the Ravens still mad about that one. So
I would be shit. Minshew beat you.
I wasn't saying that like we wouldn't get, a clear understanding of what's going on from the joint practices or the game. I just think that we're not going to get answered the questions that all the fans are having.
Yeah. And it's just going to take a while to get to that, man. Like I think you said earlier, like Shane Steichen is going to play this out, not because he doesn't want people to know it, but like this is a legit QB battle. It's not like, I feel like sometimes you see kind of performative QB battles where you just want a guy to feel the pressure. This is legit. Like either one of these guys could be QB1. So he's going to evaluate. He's going to get as much tape as he can and make a decision from there.
I personally don't feel like it's a QB battle at all.
Oh, I disagree. I think it's real.
No, I disagree.
No, I mean, that's fine. I just think, from what I've seen, what I've read, from what the new owners have said, from Shane Steichen, from this, that, and the other, I personally feel like it's being brought up as a QB battle, but I don't think that it essentially actually is a QB battle. I think even Shane, I think Chris Ballard, I think everybody is already looking at it as being it's Anthony Richardson's, job. They're calling it a position battle to make sure that he continues to work and that Daniel Jones continues to pressure him. I don't think anyone in their right mind is looking at Daniel Jones and saying this guy is really competing with Anthony Richardson.
I don't know, man. I think there's a belief and a want and desire for Anthony Richardson to be the guy. But I think just based on the health issues, based on the years we've seen, Shane Steichen has to think about his job. And I think he is looking at this as who's the better guy to get wins right now. Now, is Daniel Jones that guy? I don't think so. I'm not sitting here saying Daniel Jones is QB1. I'm saying I think he is evaluating it like a legit QB battle. I'm trying to think of the last time there was kind of one of these like bullshit QB battles out there. But to me, this seems more like a whoever is hot, like has a hot hand, winning games or winning reps and looks the best with the offensive line and the receivers. That's legit. Like they're most likely QB1 for at least, like we talked about last week, at least a month or so. And then we kind of see how it goes.
I just for some reason just don't believe in it. I feel like they know that they've invested a lot into Anthony Richardson already, just by where they drafted him. And the comments that like Chris Ballard has made, Shane Steichen has made. I don't remember the Irsay daughters' names, but what they've made, just you can't give up on a guy in seasons, right? And like they're saying that. So if they're saying things like that, to me, it's kind of giving me that impression that Daniel Jones is here to apply pressure, not to actually, he's not really competing for QB1. It's just my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just saying like that's kind of my perception of what everyone's been saying.
That's my hope for sure, is that AR is the guy, because I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to lead us to the promised land, man.
No, if he couldn't do it with Saquon Barkley.
Now, I will say there was a clip that kind of went semi-viral from camp either, I think, a day or two ago. Daniel Jones has kind of a bad overthrow out there to Tyler Warren, but he makes an incredible
one-handed catch.
Yeah, brings it in for a catch, and man, it just gets me excited again. We got a guy. We got a guy at tight end.
You said went viral like it was nothing. I saw that clip at least 1 million times shared for the last 3 days.
Blew up, man. But that guy, that right there makes such a difference for our QB battle, because these guys both are liable to over or underthrow, maybe have some accuracy issues, what have you. When you got a guy like Tyler Warren out there whose catch radius is 15 yards around him, it makes a difference. Like, that guy is going to be such a safety net. Watch whoever's the quarterback, their completion percentage is going to rise because of it.
All right, me and Trevor talking up like crazy.
What y'all got? Jr. say, you heard it here first. The Colts will win the Super Bowl this year over the Commanders, 23-20.
I love it. I wouldn't put money on it.
I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sorry, but I like Jaden Daniels, man. Dude's the truth.
You are right, though. That is the first time I've heard that. I did hear it here first.
Hey, Pacers got a better chance to run it back than Indy does as a Super Bowl this year. Just my opinion.
Actually, I'm going to disagree with that, Zach.
We're kind of down our main.
I mean, they're both like ridiculous statements, but I kind of feel like the Pacers might run it back.
They lost and Miles Turner. I don't know for that one, dog.
Hot take: Cowboys aren't going to the Super Bowl. All right.
That's not a hot take.
We'll say it here now. I don't know if anybody's been seeing their training camp, but that shit's been a joke.
We don't want to become the new Cowboys claiming every year is going to be.
Have y'all seen?
I just want to win the division or make the wild card.
Have y'all seen anything out of Dallas's training camp? Bro, this shit's been funny, bro. I've been laughing. This shit's a joke, man. Jesus.
Dave Stewart says that Pitt may not play this week if they want to rest his groin another week.
I can see it.
He may not play, but he will fight.
Dave also said, I think it's AR spot to lose, which could happen, but they want AR to succeed.
I agree with that.
Saying here, this is going to be a breakout year for AR. Mark my words. AR will get an extension next year. He improved so much.
I hope so. Because if he did, then we win the division.
It puts us in a whole.
Davis Smith is saying, who do y'all think gets the starting QB for the Browns with how deep their room is? Shedeur.
Who do they even have?
Shedeur.
I heard he's been killing it. Shedor's been killing it. I will say I have seen Shedeur. I haven't seen really much about anything else.
I can't believe you said how deep their room is.
Shedeur has been like the popular.
He's not hella quarterbacks. I wouldn't say that room is deep.
Shedeur has been like the popular name, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff about him in camp. And from what my understanding is, dude is fucking killing it.
Joe Flacco.
I think Flacco starts and Shedeur takes it.
Also, Michael Parsons requesting the trade. Matter of fact, let's get into it, man. Trev had a little discussion.
Yes, actually. So we talked about this. We talked about this earlier.
We wanted to get into. So there's been 3 players that kind of been circulating, and I can hear you, Matt. Been around Indy, but there was Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, and Terry McLaurin. Been 3 players that plenty of Indianapolis Colts fans have wanted the Colts to kind of reach out to and try and get a trade for. Obviously, we think plenty of these might be long shots, but what you guys' thoughts on that?
I like Trey Hendrickson or I like Micah Parsons. At first, I didn't like Micah Parsons, and that's only because I've heard a lot in Dallas when I was stationed down there, and he's definitely an off-field freaking headache. But I'll take that headache if it brings me 14 sacks. So Trey Hendrickson, pretty much anything on defense. When it comes to Terry, I don't know. I feel like that would mess up a lot that we have already going on in our wide receiver room. So I feel like our wide receiver room is already pretty much stacked. and we don't really need that added into it. So that's just me.
All right, Trev, you go because I'm gonna go last.
All right, yeah, I know you got some hot takes on this, I'm sure. I think my thing with this overall, I understand the excitement about it. I understand fans these three guys, all pretty much superstar players that seem to be on the outs with their organizations. Obviously, that's going to get any fan base excited that has a need. I kind of echo Matt's sentiment with Terry McLaurin. Obviously, Indy native, fantastic player. But we already have a good wide receiver room. We're gonna have to give up a lot to get him. Like that one doesn't make any sense to me. As much as I'm a fan of Terry as a player, right? As for Michael Parsons, I saw he put out a list. I believe it was like the Bucks, the Bears. I don't know how true this is, but he had a couple teams that he was really interested in, and we weren't on there. Obviously, anything you can do to get a player like that, you have to look into it. But then on the flip side, right? We already talked last week about guys we have to pay. And Micah's whole reason for wanting to leave Dallas is he's not getting record-breaking money, right? I don't know if we're in a position to give that, and I don't know if we're in a position to trade for him as well. And then kind of same sentiment, but just a little bit lower with Hendrickson. I think of the three, Hendrickson is probably the most likely, but I'm not sure I see that any of them happening really. But yeah, that's about it on those three.
Yeah, Zach wants to go last, so I'm gonna jump in here, man. I am completely out on the scary Terry train. Don't think we need a receiver. Got plenty of them. Don't want to have to figure out another one to pay there. Just don't really think that's necessary for us at this time. Maybe a year or two ago, I've definitely been in on Terry. As for Trey Hendrickson, I'm in. Give me a pass rusher. I want the pass rusher. That's the one of the areas on this roster that are one of the biggest question marks we got. I think it's quarterback and defensive end. I would love to get a defensive end. So give me Trey. I would take 3 years of him at his age, what he's able to do. He's been leading the league in sacks the last 2 years over some of these guys. Over these guys who are going to get paid more than him for sure, and he's not even worried about that. So he just wants some guaranteed money with years on it. So give me Trey, and then absolutely give me Micah Parsons. I will take Micah Parsons a goddamn heartbeat. He's still young. He can still rush the pressure. Still got a great pressure rate. Give me Micah Parsons. I'll take him in a goddamn heartbeat. But I just want to let all Colts fans know none of these are happening. But
yeah. Let's not get our hopes up.
All right. So this is purely hypothetical because, like DeMarco, this ain't gonna happen. But I'm gonna say fuck them picks. All right. So you get 3. We're giving 3 first-round picks up for Micah Parsons. All right. We're gonna trade MPJ and Pierce. I'm blowing this shit up for Terry McLaurin and bring him home because absolutely because he's an indie guy. Like he gives you
for Terry.
No, we said 3 first rounds for Micah, and then trade away MPJ for Terry.
And then Hendrickson, you can probably give him up for a couple seconds, and you can only got to sign him for a 2-year deal. Give Micah his big money because AR is still cheap. You can afford to pay AR
for now.
And then the money that you saved, if AR sucks, you draft another rookie quarterback, just fine.
What if he's good?
Oh, you just gave up 3 first-round picks. We ain't gonna have none.
Yeah, for real. What's it
You just gave up Arch Manning if he sucks.
Fuck them picks. All right.
You can't say fuck it.
Turn your mic off if you just said Arch Manning.
Hey, all I gotta say, if the Saints can do it, Indy can do it. All right. So we'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Nobody.
We'll figure out a way to make it happen.
New Orleans Saints are a franchise we need to model after.
I just want the worst fans out there to realize this is not.
This man said if AR doesn't work, we're gonna.
That cannot happen.
No, it can't happen. But I want all 3 of them. Like
this man said,
AR or Daniel Jones has to work.
This man said if it don't work, we got to trade away JT and get 3 first-round picks.
I want all 3 of them just because I like all 3 of these guys. But in all seriousness, I just want 2. I just want 2 out of the 3. So, like, if you bring Terry Warren home, cool. But
Zach can't have a Snickers. He's on a diet.
No, I can't eat that shit, man.
This is what we're left with.
Look, I'll tell y'all what my trade scenario was. It was Kwity Paye and 2 firsts. But I would have tried my damnness to try to get it to be 2020 7 and an 8 first, not that 2020 just in
Right.
case we keep that. But they get Quiddy, a younger player that they don't have to pay as much. Obviously, that's not a Micah, but it would have been a player that they can use.
So
I really just want Parsons and Hendrickson. I don't care how they get it,
would have been
but those are the two guys I want.
pick and a fourth. We already got to pay him that contract. He's older. And then I was already out on Terry, so I didn't have one for that one. But I definitely wouldn't give up 3 firsts. And again, like I said, if we traded for Micah, the AR has to work. Simple as that.
No,
Yeah.
the only reason why I say 3 firsts is I feel like whoever trades for Micah, if he gets traded, it's going to be like the Khalil Mack trade was.
Yeah.
And he was 2 firsts. He was 2 firsts, a second, and a third round pick.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Dude.
like,
and
I
would
basically equivalent.
and I
Go
wouldn't
ahead.
mind that up as long as we
Neither would I.
work.
Yeah.
That's what I got to go. Because I'd be pissed if we give all of that up and then say we had a year like 2022 and we got another top 5 pick and we ain't got it. Like, oh hell, no.
Yeah, that's painful.
I'm done.
I don't want to be Cleveland
Then
Browns.
you're just the Browns. You're just the Browns with Myles Garrett. Like it doesn't matter.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. I mean, I think of the 3, right? I think Hendrickson is still the most likely or most available, even though again that still seems like a reach. I feel like we would have done it by now if we were in the works for that. But yeah, for that one, what's kind of y'all's trade value you'd be willing to give up for a guy like Henderson? I'm thinking like a second, a third. I don't know, somewhere in that range. What do you guys think?
Fourth.
Second and a fourth.
For me,
I'd
I'm
give-
giving up a 4th round pick and a player.
Or
Like
just
Quiddy.
a third. Or just a third.
I don't know if I'd trade for him.
I'm
I
not.
would-
And the only reason I'm saying
not
that is
giving
because
up
I
a
feel
lot.
like his issue is coming with contracts, which means his contract's about to end. That man's going to
Well,
be
he wants
some
to get
of
paid.
it. Yeah, but he's going to be available. Then we don't have to trade really much value.
That's
Exactly.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So
Could just wait him out.
We could just wait it out and then just hit him up in free agency when he's walked because
right.
Cincinnati doesn't want to pay him. So
Well, they could franchise tag him for less than what he's trying to get.
they could, but he doesn't have to sign it.
Yeah, I mean, then he don't accrue a year, then he's wasting his years and his money. So he got to sign it. He got to play one way or another. That's why I'm saying both hands are forced. So that's why I'd be like, look, take this 3rd round pick, Cincy. We'll take him. We'll pay him, and then y'all move on. But that would be.
I mean, I'm not
I wouldn't force my
not
hand.
opposed to that.
I still don't see it happening just because I feel like we would have pulled the trigger on it when the situation seemed hotter.
We would already-
But that'd be the one that I'd go for of those 3, big names.
Yeah. Nathan, you kind of got me laughing here, man. He said AR looks good. He lost some weight. You said it before that he lost 30 pounds.
I think he's got a
I
girl.
saw he
man.
lost 10, bro. He lost 10 pounds.
He lost 10 pounds.
We're
Yeah,
putting a
10
little too
pounds.
much weight on the weight loss there.
He
I
stopped
mean,
eating Skittles.
obviously, it's good if he's in shape and whatnot. But we can't put too much weight on that, man. We'll just have to see it work out through the air and how he's playing.
I do got to kind of comment on that because AR released a little statement or whatever. There was a post quoting AR saying, I had to get off the Skittles. I had to clean my diet up, lose some weight. And that's great. I'm all for it. But on the flip side, like the asshole in me is like, brother, it took you this long to realize you should maybe cut back on the candy a little bit. Like,
What do you mean? He's
You can't say that.
he's still young. He's the same age as people who were just drafted this year.
Exactly.
So it didn't
Hey,
really
I'm
take
just
him that
saying,
long.
a couple years in the pro, as a big athlete, like you would think you cut back a little.
But
sooner.
but I don't really think it. I don't really think it has.
He used to wake up, he'd eat a bag of Skittles, and that's all he
Yeah.
would have all day. And for
That's-
dinner, he'd
that's-
eat another bag of Skittles.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really think it was the Skittles. I think he's keeping down on the down low of what was eating. But
He
like
was-
that shit had to be a joke because if you Marshawn Lynch used to sit in
Hey, I'm
fucking
just
press
saying, bro. I'm
conferences
just saying.
with a bowl of fucking Skittles,
Yeah.
and this man would just be smashing. They put him on Skittles commercials. Like this dude was just. I mean, the candy is what it is. I mean, these guys work out so much that I don't really think the candy is what affects them because they need that type of energy to be able to use it. But like
that's why I had to preface it with the asshole in me seeing it like this.
yeah, like I don't think it was really the Skittles. This man was probably eating McDonald's every fucking day or something.
It
Like,
wasn't
Homie, I'll be honest.
It was the
I lost.
Skittles highlighted. He was talking about he would eat his mom like the cakes or something that she made.
Yeah.
He basically
Bro.
was just like me, a guy that just comes home, sit on the couch.
Yeah,
eat cookies,
but
whatever.
how true could that be? Because like you or us four, right? We'll eat a cake, sit our asses on a couch. Guess what? We just gained 20 pounds because
What?
we don't do what they do in the NFL. The NFL, them guys work out so damn much, and the amount of energy that they're using to work out, it's not going to affect them that much. Unless it's like the off season where this guy's sitting there eating cake every fucking day. But like,
I mean,
I know what Zach's probably about to say. He cut out sugar, and that had a huge.
I cut out all sugar, bro.
That had a huge impact on him losing 140 pounds, and that's the same thing with me, right? I dropped from 240 to 160 in 3 months by not intaking any sugar at all. But like, yeah, it's a thing. But like for them, athletes, these professional athletes, how much is that sugar really negatively affecting them with the amount of workouts that these guys have to do? This dude had to have been eating 3-4 cakes a day for that shit to be.
His mom was feeding him right, man. His mom.
Yeah, if that makes any sense, I'm just saying, like, I eat outside my means. If I eat outside my means, yeah, I'm putting on a pound or two, and that's only because I only do army workouts, and we're not athletes.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a little bit different for the type of player that he is. Like, you wouldn't imagine that, like, let's say Josh Downs, for example, he's not going to go home and eat a bunch of candy, sugar, cakes, or whatever,
and then
try and play receiver. No, but but you still got to be cardiovascularly in shape. So you can look physically fit like me. I look buff the whole time that I was fattening it up. But it's like you can still look good, but you can't go out there and run the way you're supposed to. The way you're supposed to if you're not, eating correctly and stuff like that, exactly the way you're supposed to. So he's probably just doing a little too much. When you're younger, you think you're fucking invincible. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, but it's like the dude is what?
The cookie dough.
The dude is what? The dude's what? 22 years old.
Exactly.
22 years old. His metabolism is still so goddamn fast, dude. Like,
exactly.
My metabolism at 35 years old is almost non-existent.
Exactly.
Like, I gotta drink. I might have to take a shot or two just to be able to take a shit. Like, it's you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's something else, brother. You got something else going on there.
Yeah, like I'm old. That's all it is, man. Like, fuck.
David.
Either way, though, I'm glad he's like cutting the diet right. It seems like he's doing all of the right things leading into this year. So I joke about it, but like he's taking the necessary steps.
I mean, I'm proud of the dude, and he definitely does look thinner. He definitely does. I mean, 10 pounds.
And he was already a freak athlete, so
yeah, 10 pounds on him looks like almost 40 that he lost. Yeah. So he definitely does look good. Which means to be fair, like we're cracking jokes about him losing weight and being in better shape, but like we've seen him tap out. So to me, him taking it serious, cutting out that sugar, whatever he felt like he needed
maybe that's
to do,
the difference. Yeah.
Maybe that game is what put it in his mind. Like, okay, I was fatigued. This is what's causing it. This is what I'm gonna fix. Like, and to me, that's good. So all jokes aside, yeah, no, I'm pretty hype about it. Everything that he's been, harped on by fans and by the media so far this offseason, he's shown that he's taken those steps.
Taking the right steps.
Like Tressa Johnson over here has said, he needs to work on his short passes and his slides. I don't know how much he's worked on his slides. I don't care. He's a big guy, but he's definitely worked on his short passes and intermediate throws. And
I don't want to see him get hit. Don't get hit.
I don't know, man. There's something about a quarterback laying the shoulder down. Like, it's just
it's kind of part of why you drafted a guy like this.
My thing is we've seen him take some cuts and bruises, whatever. I don't know how serious a lot of his injuries were, but like be more like a Matthew Stafford. Like, I'm gonna break my hand, I'm gonna come back in the game, and I'm gonna throw a touchdown.
Like, I mean, there ain't many guys like that.
Like just be tough. Be tough. Don't quit. Don't have that mentality that like.
Yes. It was great versus the Patriots. It was not great versus the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to try and run somebody over, do that shit in the end zone.
Right. Pick your battles.
You ain't got to take no extra hits. Do what they.
No, 100%. Like know the situation, know who you're playing, Don't be like Andrew Luck and try and truck fucking Mauga and Burfict at the same fucking time. I mean, he did it. but
Yeah,
he fucked himself up.
Yeah, you admire the mindset, but this is the same thing we saw with Luck, and to some degree, the same thing we saw with Wentz, where it's like you feel like you got to go out and die on your shield. It's like pick your battles here and there as a quarterback. Sometimes if it's a short yard situation, whatever, maybe you don't have to go crazy. But if you're in the end zone, fighting for the playoffs, whatever, that's the time to lay your body on the line.
Yeah.
That's the time to be
Don't-
Tyrese Halliburton Game 7, right?
Don't
Like,
do it
there's-
week
there's
one
levels.
against. Don't do it week one against Miami. Right?
Hey,
that
here's
game
a
is
thought.
almost irrelevant. Go ahead, Zach. You're breaking up again.
Oh, did he freeze?
Yeah,
Yardage
yeah.
situations.
Oh, here we go. Hold on, you got to start over. Start your thought over. You
Oh.
froze.
I think that they're going to use Tyler Warren in short yardage situations and kind of take those hits off of AR. Like make it so where like AR might be out on the field, he might be in the formation, he will be a quarterback, but you could see Tyler Warren lined up next to him
Like a fullback.
straight up. You might even see AR not even play quarterback and be out as like a freaking receiver, and it just be a direct snap to Warren.
That's all of them. JT, Giddens, Warren.
Yeah.
I don't hate that,
like-
bro. I don't hate that at all.
Like, I truly believe you are going to see them essentially take the ball out of AR's hands in short yardage situations, simply because it's not that he can't get it. It's
we got
one
to
hit.
protect him a little.
He doesn't need to take this hit. So we'll put it on a tight end. We'll put it on a running back. We'll put it on another big bodied receiver that we have. We have Jelani Woods, who just, his hamstrings are garbage, but he can get you a half yard because he's 6'8". Like, that's my thought.
To make it to some games before we.
No, that's a great point
that's
too,
true.
Zach. And that's like I remember reading too, and I kind of forgotten about it, but I believe Tyler Warren has played some quarterback before, so I think it's entirely feasible that he could line up wildcat situations like you're saying, whatever the situation is, and go get that yardage, take that hit on.
Yeah.
Man, this is my favorite rookie, and you just sold him to me even more, bro. Like,
I mean, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
I feel like if Steichen's not using him that way, he's not using him to his full capacity
agree.
as a football player.
So I'm gonna be
Would also be taking him from his full capacity too, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
True.
I didn't know shit about Tyler Warren. A lot of the Tyler Warren stuff that I've been hearing is from you guys, telling me about his time in Penn State, things like that. For the fans or whoever's watching, I was in Korea the whole last year, so I didn't really watch much football. I didn't watch Colts. I didn't watch college.
Bro.
I watched whatever was on the freaking TV in the DFAC, and that was it. But from what I'm
Definition of a
seeing,
football guy.
yeah, from what I'm seeing from Tyler Warren in training camp, I have never been so excited about a rookie. And I don't know, maybe 20 years. Yes, I'm old.
Yeah.
So in 20 years, I've probably not been that excited about a rookie. You know what? I'll even say maybe the last 14, 15 years, because I was pretty excited about Luck. But I'm so excited to see what this guy is able to bring to the field. Like his ability to throw the ball, his ability to run the ball. Just so some fans might take it simple as the fact that they practiced him taking handoffs from AR. The fact that AR was under center, right?
Yeah.
That was something that he didn't do 2 years ago. They wouldn't do it because he couldn't take the snap from under center, right? Like I'm looking at big picture here, just seeing, AR taking the snap from under center, handing it off to a fullback, having that tight end that can do
Gives you
that.
options.
Yes, and it spreads it out. It's going to open up things for JT, even just out of being under center. JT likes to run from out of center or from under center. Like these type of things, I've never been so excited for a rookie. Like, and I didn't know much about him until we drafted him or you guys started talking about him. And I am on that fucking fan page.
train,
Like,
yeah.
I am on Tyler. Like I'm about to buy his jersey. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like,
we were real loud about him over this past year, man. I mean, DeMarco would tell you too. We talked about him damn near every week leading up to the draft. It's like, hey, if Tyler Warren can just fall to us, it changes this whole offense.
Bro,
I think in real time in training camp and soon to be, the actual games, we're going to see that.
Yeah, I hate that I missed, his season at Penn State. I hate that I missed all of everything, with you guys talking about it and stuff because I was gone. But because I feel like what I'm excited about would be even 10 times more than what it is. Like I'm hype about that guy, and I think he's a game changer for our offense.
100%. Most definitely make sure we have no holes there.
Hey, So it's funny you brought this comment up. This dude's a fucking Georgia fan, so we can kind of ignore him.
David Smith saying, "Do y'all think Desmond Watson?"
He can't spell
Hell no.
Mississippi. He can't spell Mississippi. All right, we make fun of him at work all the time. He's one of my soldiers. Good dude though. Desmond Watson, where's he at?
Tampa.
Tampa Bay. You got
He can't even participate in the drills, man.
spell Mississippi. You got to go.
Oh, he's the 400-something pound dude, isn't he? Yeah, no, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. That dude ain't playing. He needs to talk to Zach.
The Bucks pretty much got him on that off-season program. They said he cannot work out or practice or anything until he.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I've watched a lot of their videos and like their stuff in training camp.
He's just off jogging by himself.
Bro, no, like the other day they posted a video of him sitting there on the sled and like he just looked so damn upset that he couldn't practice with them, and it's like
he's getting paid.
Hey, hit up AR, find out what he's doing. Maybe you'll lose a couple pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's sad. I don't know. Speaking of the Buccaneers, I don't know if y'all have seen some of the podcasts with the Kelseys, but they had Baker Mayfield on there, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about Baker Mayfield, but even
football guy.
The moment that dude got drafted to the Browns and just some of the stuff he said, I'm such a huge fan of Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, I love Baker. There was a couple years ago when we were first kind of getting into the quarterback search. I had lobbied hard.
Oh, I would have taken him. I would have taken him. The dude just wakes up and is like, I'm gonna ball out today. Like it's just what I'm gonna do. I like Baker.
Kind of pulling back a little bit. I meant to mention this when we were talking about Tyler Warren a minute ago, though. But I wanted to I presented to y'all a little bit earlier, and I kind of gave y'all some time to think about it. I want to get y'all's idea on a couple things here. So first of all, your favorite new player, as in a drafted player or free agent, favorite new addition, a hidden gem or breakout candidate player. You know, someone who has been on the team but you think could take off this year. And lastly, one player or position that you're kind of worried about falling off.
Who wants to go first?
2 questions at once, man. I can't remember.
No, all right. So he's pretty much asking, okay, who is your favorite newest addition, right? Who's your breakout player? And what was the other one? You put a lot of questions, but they all meant the same.
My bad. Yeah, so favorite new player, favorite player breaking out, and then a player you're worried about falling off.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'll start. I think the player breaking out is AR. I think this is his season. I think I like what I've seen from him, and I'm kind of hoping that this is the season he breaks out. A lot of people are like Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, whatever. But to me, we have 3 wide receivers over 800 yards. In my opinion, they've already had their breakout season. Each one of them, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The one player I like addition, I'm not going to say Tyler Warren, is the corner, Wally. I really like that addition. I think that guy's a stud. And you guys know I've been screaming for a fucking corner for 2-3 years. So even though like I missed all of last year, I'm pretty hyped up that we finally got that guy. I also fun addition. I do like the additions we added from free agency in the DB room as well. So pretty much anything we've done secondary, I'm pretty hyped up about it. The person I'm afraid to fall off, I want to say Zaire. I'm afraid of his fall off, and it's got to do with his injury. But then we've seen it multiple times that a linebacker can easily have a fall off after an injury. We've seen Shaq, in the past, Anthony Walker, things like that. So Zaire is a huge impact on our defense, and I'm kind of afraid to see what kind of negative impact his injury has on him.
Yeah, it's definitely something to watch out for. What about you, Zach?
The person who I think is going to explode this year is A.D. Mitchell.
Okay,
I like that one too.
Camp. I think AD is going to pop off. The rookie who I think could actually like explode, DJ Giddens, man. I think he's going to be a perfect fit. And then the one player that the Colts can't afford to fall off, like at all, DeForest Buckner. Just because I don't believe there's enough.
I was going to say him.
I'm beating on it like a drum.
I was going to say him, but I
don't believe there's enough depth on the defensive line. Like for me personally, as a Colts fan, if Buckner falls off at all, I think it's going to be a long year for the defense.
Serious problem.
There's just not enough.
I also want to add on to you, since you said DeForest, I want to say Kenny Moore too, because if Kenny Moore falls off, our secondary is just
What about you, DeMarco?
Any more have been doing this this off season, so I highly doubt they're
No, I highly doubt DeForest is going to fall off too. That's the only reason I didn't say him. But I
No,
did
yeah,
think-
not predicting they will, but like your most feared, you know.
Oh, I was most feared, so I got to change my first name. I was thinking of somebody else. Damn. So I had one at the end there, but I gotta try and think of a new person now because you said most feared. So, my favorite newest addition, I think y'all already know. I've been screaming about this guy since like fucking February. Charvarius Ward, man, Mooney. I was begging for Ballard to get him all off season. I couldn't believe it when the notification popped up on my phone that we actually signed him.
Bro.
So I couldn't be more ecstatic that we actually got a player that I wanted. So I am so happy to have him. Can't wait to see him get out there and play. My breakout player, Laiatu Latu, baby.
Okay.
Like the work that he's put in, I think he will come through. I think he will become a game wrecker, game changer.
I'm with that.
Be one of these guys that everybody's talking about right now. All the defensive ends getting paid. We will be fighting over how much do we pay this freaking guy 3 years from now. I just got to see the breakout from Latu, man. I think that's my breakout player. I think the work that he's put in, I just don't see there's any reason why he doesn't succeed outside of the fact that if teams keep going quick ball and we can't pressure receivers and they're just throwing the ball too quick for him to make a play. But I just don't think there's any way that this kid does not succeed. The work
I agree with that.
Barely even takes days off. Like there's rarely a day you see this kid not working, man. They're like outside of AR, I don't think there's a person more that I want to see succeed than Laiatu Latu, man. So that's going to be 100%. My breakout player. And then you said biggest worry for drop off. So I originally had Nick Cross. Just because I thought that with a new defense, we finally saw him playing well in Gus Bradley's defense. I thought changing for him might not be a good thing. So that you said the fact that you said biggest scare of drop off.
I totally just got distracted by a baby. I'm sorry. There's like a baby running around here at the campground. It threw me off.
I would have to say biggest scare of a drop off for me would have to be Bernard Ryman or Quentin Nelson. Like
that's scary.
If someone didn't, protect and play the way that they were supposed to, like if it was some kind of monumental collapse from either of them two,
I think it ruins a lot.
Really kill our entire season if either one of them had a collapse at their position. So that would be my 3-man. Charvarius Ward, love to have him. Laiatu Latu, my breakout player, and then Quentin Nelson or Bernard Ryman not being who they are.
All right, Trev, we know that you brought the question, so we know that you've thought about this.
Yeah, you kind of. I was riding these highs, thinking about Ward and everything, and then the thought of a lineman stepping back or having a bad year.
That changed everything. That changed everything, Marco. That was a good one.
That's enough for me this week. I'm gonna log it. No, I'm playing. my favorite addition. I've said it every week, every month for the longest time. I'm the biggest mark. I'm going to keep saying it all year. It's Tyler Warren. It begins and ends there. But I won't be a complete Tyler Warren fanboy. I love DJ Giddens. I was big on him as well. I love what I'm seeing from Justin Wally. And actually, we talked about a little bit pre-show. Maybe I'm just buying into the preseason and the camp hype right now. But this guy Joe Backey, he's been kind of making the waves, like competing for a starting job. So that's one to look out for as well. My biggest leap, DeMarco, you kind of stole it, but I'm with you there with Laiatu Latu. I'm going to cheat a little bit though, and I'm going to go the other way with this offensive line. I'm going to say the two new starters, Bordolini and Gonçalves, however you say his last name. I think both of these guys, I'll combine them as one because the O-line's a unit. I think they continue our trend of dominant O-linemen. I think they, especially Bordolini, take off, and you're looking at potentially an all-pro guy here. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Tanner Bordolini. I think in the time we saw him last year, especially with these run blocks and everything, the dude's a monster. So if he's starting full-time alongside Quentin Nelson and everything, I think both those guys take off. My biggest fear of falling off, I was going to say DeForest Buckner. Now you got me terrified that Quentin Nelson or somebody's going to fall off. God forbid. But yeah, I think my biggest fear of fall off is a guy like DeForest Buckner, potentially Grover Stewart, like just that kind of defensive front in general. They've been good for so long, but they're getting up there a little bit in age. You worry about, does a new defensive coordinator kind of change things for them? That's kind of my concern with the D line right now. But I have faith in them. That'd be my biggest fear of a drop off.
Definitely. Yeah, I think just the last one on the fear, obviously, because we know we're Colts fans and we're cursed, and some bullshit like that would happen to us to be one of our best players finally have a fall off in the year that we need him to be great. It's just the fact that shit like that happens to us. But I mean, man, I think that everything that we've done this offseason goes to show we're trying to break those bad habits that we've had the last few years of either fall offs or being mediocre and stuff like that.
You mean Chris Ballard trying to save his job?
Yeah, like
he had a good offseason though. Like call it how it is.
Honestly, I don't even think this was an attempt at him trying to save his job. I think this was really him looking at himself in the mirror and saying, "I don't like our guys."
I agree. It
was truly him.
So I missed a lot, right? So how many times did he say this offseason that he likes our guys?
Probably once.
His new cliche was. No, his new cliche was there needs to be competition.
Presser, right? The end of season presser. This was
the need for competition is something new. That's not something he said in recent years. So
me and Zach had talked about it after that end of season presser, and he was basically like, "I didn't do enough. We weren't good enough." And that was the change of tone to where it started. And me and Trev were kind of talking about this, and Zach, we were just like, "That's different. We usually don't hear that." And then before free agency started, he was talking about something, and that's when he mentioned that he liked the guys in certain rooms that we had or whatever. That was the last time we heard it, in which we usually hear that quite often during the offseason and when the draft is going on and stuff like that, like we like our room, blah, 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 blah. This was not the case. So as far as I can remember, it was about one time that it was we liked the guys in that room, whatever else. And other than that, it's been a lot of himself kicking himself.
Everyone's up. Yeah.
He's carried over.
Yeah, it was a massive change of tone, and it was really, really refreshing to see too. I mean, I completely agree with what DeMarco was saying. Like, it was a change of tone and a change of perspective, and it was really like looking in the mirror. At least how I imagine it being for Ballard, is looking in the mirror and recognizing, hey, I'm on the hot seat for a reason. This has failed for a reason. Like, we've missed the playoffs for a reason. Everything, so it's not good enough. However much I might individually like my guys that I brought in, they're not getting the fucking job done. So I might like those guys, but I might have to ship their ass out of town. Like, that's kind of the tone and kind of the I guess, emphasis he went into this offseason with. And to me, it was maybe his best. I mean, 2018 was a hell of an offseason with that draft and everything, but it's right up there, man. Like, this has been one of the best off seasons as far as adding guys and also re-signing guys. We talked last week about who needs to get paid. We just re-signed Bernard Raymond. That was a huge move. So just overall, from the end of the Super Bowl to now, it's been, I think, one of his best off seasons he's ever had.
Yeah, I mean, they've been preaching winning the division, but we haven't won the division. So I mean, it starts there, and I think
100%.
And I think like building this roster has to start at how are we going to stop Houston?
Yeah.
Right. Houston's trending up no matter how much we want to say they aren't, because fuck Houston. But
it's real.
It's one of those things. CJ Stroud is a stud. I mean,
he's a guy.
He's a better quarterback than fucking Deshaun Watson was for them. So, and they've got good people in great positions, right? They've got good defensive ends. They've got good running backs. They've got good wide receivers. They've got good linebackers. They've got a great coach, a young coach who's very hands-on. So that team essentially is who we need to be able to beat. And in the past years, we've kind of gone 500 with them. But how do we beat Jacksonville now? Right now, you got to think Jacksonville. Jacksonville's a team that we just can't fucking beat for no fucking apparent reason, because they're not good. They're not a good roster. They're very unorganized. Yeah. The team is just kind of a mess. Tennessee the same way, right? So really, it's how do we beat Houston? And I think that's what Chris Ballard went into this offseason thinking. How do we beat Houston? We need to bring in DBs that can stick with the wide receivers that are going to break off their routes when their quarterback is in trouble, because essentially Houston's downfall is their linemen. They don't have good
caller that only runs zone.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
But it's one of it's one of those things where their offensive line is not good, and Houston knows it. We know it, and we've exploited it. Even Gus Bradley exploited it. So, and he was terrible. But it's one of those things of like, how do we stop them on the back end? Because we will exploit their offensive line. They exploit our corners.
Yeah.
Chris Ballard said, we can't do that anymore. So he goes out, brings in some DBs, drafts some guys, and now our secondary is looking pretty solid, right?
I mean, a complete 180 from last year.
Complete 180. Offensively, what is something we struggled with in recent years? Tight ends. Probably since you can give me Eric Ebron, but I kind of put
Jack
that
Doyle.
on. I mean, you can say Eric Ebron, but I put that on Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck can make anybody look great. So, I just, tight end has always been one of our flaws. Drop passes, can't make the big plays, wide open, throws over the head. You can't make the play. It is what it is. Now we've got a guy who's got a wingspan, bigger than
30
all
feet.
of us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he's done what he needs to do. And I think as long as it shows on the field, Chris Ballard is safe. As long as we win, I think we need to win the division this season. Like, this is the season to do it.
And I think that transfers as well. And I'm not calling for anyone's job. I'm not throwing anyone on the hot seat. But GM, right? You're looking at on paper, you're looking at the roster, you're looking at the team built. I would say for this offseason, he's done his job. Now it transfers to Shane Steichen and company, right? The coordinators. Can we get the job done with? I think we're pretty unanimous in. Even if this isn't maybe a Super Bowl team yet, this is a team that's significantly better than last year, and a team that should be able to compete for the division, or at least a wild card spot. Like that's where I'm at right now. Is I believe this is a 10-win team. I on paper it looks like a 10-win team to me.
I mean, if we were an 8-team win last year, why should we not?
There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. So now you look at the coaches, you look at the coordinators, and you look at just all the little pieces that go into the on-field product, and now that's being evaluated, right? So I mean, a lot goes into that, but it's beyond Ballard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's also Shane Steichen at this point because, I mean, the guy's an offensive genius. He's found ways to throw up 35 points with freaking Gardner Minshew. He's got this big brain and everything, but if we're not winning games, it just comes back to that. Like we have to win. We have to win the division. It's really that simple.
I agree with everything.
I was about to say you're kind of quiet.
I was gonna say I agree with everything that Trev just said outside of the part where he said it's outside of Ballard. I think Ballard is right at the center of it all, in my opinion, man. I just think that there's no way to keep continuously giving him passes. Not what he did this offseason. I think at this point, I like the coaches on this roster. I like the players on this roster. I think outside of quarterback and defensive end, I think this roster is ready to compete for the playoffs, which we basically have done as long as we've had competent quarterback and O-line play pretty much every single year.
I mean, we've competed for the playoffs even without competent QB play. So all we need is competent QB play, and we're not competing anymore.
Exactly. Point. So it's like to the point of Ballard, like I just think at a certain point you either know how to do it or you don't. Like I don't typically give GMs a lot of credit or blame because players go out and play. If you get the player, then typically they're either going to play well or they don't. And so GMs kind of get that credit for the players that they got. But it's like at a certain point in time, you've been doing this for so many years and you've seen a pinch of success. There's got to be a certain point in time where you just got to say this enough's enough. Let's just
it's just not working for whatever reason. I agree. If it becomes another disappointing year somehow, which doesn't seem like the case right now, but we've been there, right? We've been there a couple of times now. If it ends up being another disappointing year, you have to evaluate everything, and that starts 100% with Ballard at the top. And I think if it's another 8 and 9 year, he's probably gone, even though it was a good offseason.
Hey, can you go back to that last comment? Because I'm just going to ask Nathan. I don't know what he's talking about. I think both quarterbacks need some kind of equal play in the preseason. I mean, I'm saying that I don't think it's a QB competition, but if it is a QB competition, they need equal play. You can't just play AR for one game or a game and a half and then
they're both going to play,
and then let Daniel Jones play the other 2 games. I really don't understand this one.
He's basically saying that in his mind, AR is the starter. And he's basically saying if you let AR play X amount of time, then Daniel Jones needs to take whatever scraps are left.
I mean, in my mind, AR is the starter, but at the same time, like
I want him to get reps.
AR has played 17 games in 2 years.
He needs to play.
He needs the
Yeah.
playing time. So I'm not sitting AR in any preseason games. I think he needs to be on the field.
Even just beyond AR though, like this is kind of a league-wide problem. I feel like in the last couple of years, as we've kind of removed the preseason and guys have less playing time going into the regular season. How many Achilles injuries have we seen? How many torn ACLs, blown up knee? Like I think these on-field reps count for something.
To be fair, that doesn't really account for anything because torn ACLs, torn Achilles, those things are going to happen with no matter how many.
They're going to happen regardless. I'm just saying, I think lot of guys, there are guys who benefit from getting those hits going into the season.
But it's not a hit that causes those injuries. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like you're gonna tear an Achilles or you're gonna tear an ACL mainly because it's
that's just
going to happen. But I understand the hit injuries such as like shoulders, whatever, but like those torn ligaments that we've seen, that's not coming from lack of playing time.
Yeah,
that's coming from the turf they're playing on. Turf is just not good for ligaments.
Slow start to their season. Teams that start out a little bit slower.
I think that's a factor too. I think
to be fair, I mean, I'm not a professional, but I played football my whole life. I played it on grass my entire life. I didn't tear anything until I played on turf. So to me, it's really what you're playing.
And I mean that's a separate discussion too. Like I think that's definitely a factor. I'm just speaking overall, like even aside from the injuries, I think DeMarco kind of alluded to it, like just a little slower start to the season. I think all of that. I think not playing very many preseason games or sitting your starters for 2.5 out of 3 preseason. I think that's a factor. So
I still agree.
If we're talking about AR not playing, I fully disagree. I think you should play all 3 games potentially, and just a quarter and a half or whatever of each game.
I think if you're putting the fatigue in question when it comes to AR, considering his tap out situation, whatever, then yeah, I agree. I just disagreed with the ligament injuries.
I got you. Yeah,
those are going to happen regardless. I mean, you saw Reggie Wayne back in 2013. That dude, there was nobody near him for 5 yards, and he still tore freaking ligament.
Yeah, sometimes shit just happens, man.
Yeah, ligaments are touchy.
Zach was saying if Indy doesn't make the playoffs, season blow it up.
This is one time I agree with him.
It's kind of like it's kind of crazy because to me, like I do agree, but in the back of my head, I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like the only way I see that the Colts blow it up is if we finish. Something like that. Like
I disagree with you. I think with the change in ownership, rest in peace, Jim Irsay. But with the change in ownership, I think that if we don't make the playoffs or we don't win the division, and we don't look as good as we should, I don't think the new Irsays are going to actually sit around and wait. I think they're going to actually make whatever changes they need to make because now it's their regime, it's their thing. That they're going to do what they need to do to put good on their names, and that whatever their dad has done in the past. It's just me. I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, really. I'm not saying like that. Like it's what I think they would do. It's just like I hope they would do that. I really do. But my mind tells me that if this season goes a little left and we win 7, 8 games, maybe even 9, and we miss the playoffs. There's just something in the back of my mind that's telling me nothing's going to happen.
I'm thinking as like my mind, the way my mind works is like, if I'm taking ownership of a team, this team has been stagnant, right? Absolutely. 8 to 9 wins for however many seasons. Prior to that, it was, we had a 2-3 win season, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm the new owner. I don't want that to continue to be my future, right? I don't want whatever's happened in the past with previous ownership. That's not what's going to be when we move forward. They keep saying, I want to win, I want to be great. They don't just want to win. They want to be great. They want to be the best. They want to be what we were early 2000s. If they want that, then they need to look at it and be like, okay, we won 8 to 9 games, but we didn't make the playoffs. We didn't win the division. It's done. Scrapped.
Yeah.
That's me. And I agree with Zach on it too, because I like Shane. I like Chris Ballard. But at the same time, if you're not bringing the wins, if you two are not working together enough, you both have to go. Chris has been here too long. Shane clearly can't work with Chris. And I'm talking hypothetically for whoever's tuning in now. That's hypothetical.
Hopefully,
like,
this is not the conversation at the end of the
Yeah,
year.
hopefully this is not the conversation at the end of the year. I'm just saying, like, if I'm a new owner of a business, you know, like this is a business to them. They have to be able to make those decisions. And if I'm them, if I'm in that situation, I'm moving forward. Okay, Chris, Shane, everyone is gone. I'm starting fresh. I'm starting fresh under my regime. I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna do whatever we need to do to get back to the ways we were from 1999 to 2011. That's what we have to do. That's just me.
No, I completely agree, and I would like for that to be the way. But for something's telling me that they are not going to do that. And you already mentioned how AR is on his rookie contract and he has time, so I feel like as long as he shows promise,
if he shows promise, I feel like we make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I think that's where I'm sitting at, because if AR just steps his game up just a fucking nudge, man.
We're a different team.
Just a nudge. We're a totally different team. If this guy is able to complete 3 to 5 more completions a game, I feel like we're in the winning column.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we've only lost games by a possession or less. Right? We haven't lost games by getting blown out. We've lost games by letting teams come back from 33 to whatever.
Except for New York.
But like we haven't been blown out since we've had Shane. Even with Frank, we weren't getting blown out. It was games that were one possession games. We've had teams that were in the fight every time. So if AR is able to complete 3 to 5 more completions, make 3 to 5 more plays that put us in that position to win the game, I feel like we're a playoff team at that point. And then, yeah, I agree. If AR is taking that step forward, there's no reason to change anything.
This is kind of where it kind of circles back, though, because this is the same conversation. I agree with everything you said, by the way. Not arguing it. It's just it's the same conversation we have, like pretty much since we got AR. It's like, well, if this didn't happen, if that did, like we are so close and have been so close every single year that we've had him. Every year since we got Matt Ryan off the team, and then the year before that with Wentz,
every year since that
close. Yeah, we were that close every freaking year. And then at some point you have to circle back and be like, but we didn't make it. You know what I mean? We were this close, but then for this reason, that reason, this reason, we didn't make it. So it's like at some point it has to be, it's not enough. I think we got that point this year.
I feel like we've had this discussion throughout the week, right? In the chat. If you look at the Carson Wentz season, we gave up on Carson Wentz after this man threw 24 touchdowns? 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, right? It was 27 and 7.
But he sucked in Jacksonville.
But this dude had no ankles. Yeah. He had 2 broken fucking ankles, and this man threw 27 and 7.
I don't know why we did that.
Man. And we barely missed the playoffs. We let him go.
No, ran him out of town. Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think that like we are closer to the playoffs. We look so much like the Browns from 2005 to 2015, but we've been closer to the playoffs with the quarterbacks that we've had.
Right there.
And we even said it a couple years ago before we drafted AR. We were all still in question of why we let Carson Wentz go.
Yeah,
it was one season, injuries, rattled him, and he still threw 27 and 7. But like, if AR is able to throw, 23 touchdowns, let's cut the interceptions down from his narrow stance that he was utilizing. Let's cut the interceptions down. Throw 23 touchdowns, bro. We're in the playoffs.
You're looking at a whole.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. If he makes 1 to 2 more plays, we sweep Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
If
real.
he makes
That's real.
if he makes 1 to 2 more plays, we beat Jacksonville.
1 to 2 more plays for our defense.
That too.
No,
Yeah, and,
right,
and it's
that too.
everybody. It's
That
everybody.
too. Our secondary, right? Our secondary, which I've already said earlier, like our secondary, I'm so hyped about because Chris had finally addressed it after, I don't know, since we started this podcast back in 2019. I've been saying we need a fucking corner.
Yeah.
Like this,
We had
lost,
Gilly for that 1 year. And then,
yeah, and I mean, since we lost Vernon Davis, to in my opinion, he was one of our best corners we've had in the last 20 years. Vontae Davis, y'all know what I meant.
yeah,
Vontae Davis, he was one of my favorite corners we've had in probably the last 20 years.
That's my dog, Vontae.
R.I.P.
Vontae, Butler, those two were studs, and we haven't really had that. I mean, Kenny Moore, I fucking love the guy.
Yeah.
But when
can't
he can't trust who's around him, what
you
else
need
is
a
he
room,
supposed to
a
do?
unit back there. But I mean, you remember like 2013, 14, they were calling themselves the no-fly zone because they were that. Like we haven't had a unit like that in a long time. But I think we do now. I really I feel like we say this a lot every year, optimism being delusional, whatever. Just on paper, looking at the guys we brought in, Cam Bynum, Travarius Ward, Justin Wally might be a guy, Nick Cross had a good year. Like, we got some guys back there, man. As long as we, stay healthy, just that is the main thing. Just stay healthy. We have some guys back there. It could be a real unit.
And I also see that, we brought this comment up a while ago. I think DeMarco did. Samson can be a big factor for the D line if he comes back as good as he was before injury. And I agree. I mean, I was never able to say his name properly, so I've always gone from Samson. I can't say Epicum. You guys make fun of me fucking for real for that. But I like him. I'm a bigger fan of him than I am of like Kwity Paye. Everybody likes Kwity Paye, and they hope that he steps up. But Samson Ebukam, since he's come here, has been more of a factor than Kwity Paye. So I agree with this. This team lives and dies by the trenches, and that's just how this team is. Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner, Quentin Nelson, Bernard. These guys, they literally lead this team. And it's how this team has always been. Even when we had Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, those guys, our front, our core was in the trenches. Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, Jeff Saturday, the load of offensive linemen that we went through, but all of them were solid. The Indianapolis Colts are built through the trenches. So I agree. It just matters on whether those guys can be an impact or not. Like DeMarco said earlier, Latu, this guy has to have a breakout season. And that's 100% true. DeForest Buckner can't take a step back. Grover Stewart needs to keep being aggressive. Samson Ebukam, I've loved the guy since he came to us. I didn't know much about him before he came to us, but now, I've loved him since he got here.
He's a good piece, man. Tyquan Lewis still in the depth chart, JT, how do you say that last name?
Tui Moloau.
JT Tui, man, I really think he's gonna be a guy like we have some potential pieces.
Expectations for Samson. I really want to put none on him just because he's coming off the Achilles. We really don't see a lot of things come back from an Achilles and look the same way they did before,
except for Robert Mathis.
That's a Hall of Fame.
He came back from his Achilles tendon, and that dude ended up fucking leading the league in sacks.
I don't think I would put Samson in that Robert Mathis.
I wouldn't either, but who's coaching him?
Charlie Partridge, and I like Charlie.
Yeah, but Robert Mathis also works with these guys.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping he can. I just don't want to put no expectations on him and think that I'm getting something that I'm not. He was around a 9 sack guy. I wouldn't want to put expectations on him and expect him to be another 7, 8, 9 type of sack guy. I would want him to be a guy that could be healthy in the rotation. And yes, if he can get back to what he was, that would be nice. But I think we got some guys that can step up in the rotation and kind of make some plays and stuff. Like I like Tyquan Lewis. We've kept him around for a while.
Don't get me started.
I know that's
your guy.
Listen, Tyquan Lewis has been my guy for years.
JT
He's-
Tuimoloau. There's plenty of guys in this rotation I think that can step up and play for us. And if Samson can come
Listen.
back and give us good snaps when we need them, the more the
Makes a
merrier.
difference.
Taekwon Lewis has been a guy that he's been rotational his whole career.
Because of
But
injury,
and injuries, yes. But the guy has been one of those dudes that seals the edge so well. I
Yeah.
said it 2 years ago. I'll say it today. He still seals the edge. You know, these quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, they do those play action rollout plays.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
back in the
Taekwon Lewis was always that guy that was like in their face, like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
guy, it's not happening. I'm not falling for that shit. And that's what I like about Taekwon. Like, that's my dude. He's
Pretty
one of our underrated players, I think.
Yep. So yeah, man, I think there's a lot of room for optimism for us. We've talked about it. We've seen AR be more poised. We've seen him play a little bit better despite the up and down day or whatever. Again, I think that, like Matt said, we are built on the trenches. So if our defensive line plays well, if our offensive line plays well, we know we should be a solid team. From there, it just goes to, can we pressure the quarterback, put him on the ground, and can we have consistent quarterback play? Those would be the three key signs for how our season will go.
Yeah.
We'll start in those trenches.
100%. It'll always start in the trenches, especially when you have a guy like Jonathan Taylor. As long as you can run the ball, everything else opens up. I think
and DJ Giddens in there too now. I mean, come on, man.
And our receivers can play.
As long as people catch the ball, man, which we're not
We'll
seeing
be,
to have a problem. I think
Yeah.
Damon's about to come on. I don't know if Damon has any serious points he wants to make, but I mean, I guess we can go to the comments and see what people want to hear our thoughts on until Damon comes on. I don't know. He just texted, so
Dave chimed in on there on our comment. We were talking about blowing it up. Dave was saying if it's Les Luster, they're going to make a statement by blowing it up to show they are the new boss.
I think.
yeah, I mean, I agree
think it
with
just
that.
depends too, though, man. Like when we were talking about this earlier, it's a complicated discussion. It's one I hope we don't have to have, at the end of this season. But it really depends, right? Like if Anthony Richardson goes crazy and then we lose because I don't know, the defense sucks. You're not blowing it all up. You're fixing the defense, right? If Anthony Richardson doesn't play a snap, but the defense keeps us in the game, you're not going to blow up the defense. You're going to get a new quarterback. Like I think it's a little more complicated than just blowing it all up.
But see, I don't think it's that complicated. And I think it's because of the fact that we've had multiple years where we're mid to average. Right.
Yeah,
and it's just one of those things where, okay, so we've had seasons where our offense have put up points, right? And then we've had seasons where our defense had let up points. Now we're at that point where it's like, well, how the fuck do we fix that? Because now we're fixing one side of the ball, but the other side of the ball is now not getting enough attention. How do we fix it? Do we just blow it all up and start all over again? Because that's what they did in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we made the playoffs with Harbaugh as our goddamn quarterback. We lost the next season. We were trash. They blew it all up. They were like, nope, we're starting all over. They brought in Marshall Faulk, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, things like that. And then they let Marshall Faulk go. They brought in Edgerrin James, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. Like it took years, but I mean,
sure.
I mean, at what point do you sit here and say 8 wins is just we're not cutting it anymore?
No, yeah, and
Now
I agree with the
up.
sentiment. I just think the execution of it. I think that's what's situational, right? Like who you let go, how you let them go. I think that.
I think when you look at that, I think when you look at the coaching staff and you're like, is it Shane? I don't think it is, personally. I don't think it's Shane. I think Shane is a mastermind. I think at times he kind of outplays himself, but that comes to the personnel that he has at the same time. So do you blow it all up or do you just get rid of your GM and you be like, okay.
Exactly. And that's kind of my point.
Let's bring in a new GM. Let's bring in a whole new scouting staff and let's plan for the future, because
But then
And-
say
and-
that GM hates the way Shane calls games, and then you get rid of it. Like it becomes
but yeah, and that's the risk you take. But at the
Yeah.
same time, the GM, I don't give a fuck what you think. You have a head coach. That head coach wants to run this. You give him the guys that he needs. That's your job. Your job is not to be like, I like this style of personnel. You're gonna run your team this way. No, that's not how that fucking works. Shane likes to run it this way. Shane likes, RPO offense, run first or pass first to win, and then run to run the clock, right? Defense play aggressive. Cool. Hey, GM, your job is to get me the fucking personnel. That's how that works. It's not the other way around. And that's how I feel like Chris kind of runs the team. Is it's like, oh, well, I like these kind of guys, so I'm gonna get you these kind of guys. You make it work.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we're kind of sitting at that 8 to 9 win type of team, because it's not the head coach running the team. It's Ballard. Ballard needs to be like, okay, what do you need? What do you want? How do you want to run your team? I'll give you that.
I think we've seen that. I think we've seen that transition though, because I mean the team we're looking at right now is vastly different than the kind of team, the kind of
1000%.
personnel that we were running with Frank Reich. You know what I mean? We didn't have necessarily these kind of athletic freaks and stuff 4 or 5 years ago. It's not really the personnel we were going after. But now,
yeah, because I feel like Shane doesn't play that bullshit like Frank did. Shane's like, nah, dude, you like these like these guys that are good in bed, but I like the guys that are going to be aggressive. Like, this is what I need. I need the guy that's
good in bed
fucking,
is crazy.
I like the guys that are going to fucking choke slam somebody and fight if I need them to.
Yeah.
I don't need these soft fucking guys that get along. Like it's football.
It's a part of it, but it shouldn't be the main thing, right? And
Exactly.
I think that was one of the problems with Reich, is like character was valued over competency, over just ability to play. And that, I mean, you can't have that. You want guys to be nice guys. You want guys to be professional. You want guys to have a healthy locker room, but talent precedes all of that, right? Like a common thing in the drafting world and talking about like these college prospects is like, does his talent outweigh his character issues, right? Because if a guy is going to be fucking Deion Sanders, you don't care if he's flashy. You don't care if he talks shit. You're going to take him because he's fucking Deion Sanders. But if a guy can't stay on the field or can't fucking play and he has character issues, stay away from it. You got to be worth it.
Right. Like Dave said, blowing it up, firing Shane and Ballard. I don't think that's the way you blow it up, to be fair. I think Shane is a more competent coach than Ballard is as a competent GM.
Welcome, Damon.
Let Shane coach. Give him a GM who's going to give him what he needs. And I think Ballard did it this season. So I'm not saying like, hey, fire Ballard now. That's not what I'm saying. So for whoever the fuck is listening, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if we don't cross that threshold, if we're going to blow it up, as some people say, like Zach or fans or whatever, we blow it up as we fire the front office. We don't fire the coaching staff.
Exactly same Zach's.
I'm just saying, like if I'm gonna fire somebody right now, looking at this team, I'm firing Ballard. I'm not firing Shane. Because I mean, I understand that like you got to coach who you got, but at the same time, like when a coach and a GM works together, it's one of those things of like, I need this, I want this. This is how I'm gonna
they
got to
be on the same page. Yeah,
the GM has to be on that page. I don't care about your ego. Like, oh, I want nice guys. I don't give a fuck about nice guys when it comes to football. I don't. Yeah. I want those mean fucking dudes. Those Ndamukong Suhs who are gonna step on your fucking throat after he sacks you. Like, I don't care. I need somebody who's gonna be aggressive, who's gonna play, who's gonna make those plays, who's gonna win you games. That's what I need. I don't need guys who are gonna buy you a cup of fucking tea.
That's why Georgia wins national championships and also puts their players in prison every year.
Right. That's why
wins Super Bowls.
That's why it's always between Georgia and Alabama. That's why it's always in the NFL. No more. That's why it's always in the NFL when it's always fucking Kansas City. Andy Wright don't play that bullshit. That's why it's always fucking
Yeah.
New England when they had fucking Brian Belichick. He don't play that bullshit. I want people who are going to be aggressive. That's what I want because that's a game of football. When we had Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, fucking Gary Brackett, fucking Bob Sanders, Hitman. It's aggressive. This game is aggressive. I'm not here to play that whole, I'm going to hold your hand because I sacked you. Fuck that, dude. Here's the tea bag. I just fucking sacked you. Like, that's what I want. I don't care. Like Tom Brady even said, the person he hated being hit the most by was Ndamukong Suh. Because that dude...
He's a dick, yeah.
And he's a fucking asshole. And that's what I want on my football team. I don't want Mr. Nice Guy.
And we're getting on the time, but Damon, we earlier we went through a couple players that you're kind of looking at for the season. So I was wondering, what would be your favorite new player that we added from the draft or free agency, your hidden gem or like breakout player, breakout candidate, and then one player you're worried about falling off. What are your thoughts on that?
Damon, man, hold on real quick. Damon, it looks like that father life is getting to you a little bit.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. I know I've been in 60 seconds and I've heard 60 F-bombs.
you look tired. Your hat's a little crooked.
Oh, man, it's the TI.
Got that double
There you go.
chin,
Is this your first show back since having the kid?
Hey,
Hey,
congrats
welcome
on the
back,
baby,
Damon.
by the way.
Hell yeah.
Congrats on the baby.
My most impressed player in the draft is Justin Wally by far.
Okay.
Because he has pretty much, I think, even if Jalen Jones is healthy, Juju Brents is healthy, he was still taking their reps from everything I've seen in camp. My breakout guy, Adonai Mitchell.
Okay.
Who do I worry falling off from that? I'm going to say Michael Pittman Jr.
Now, do you think those coincide? Like AD Mitchell
Yes.
starts taking off and start. Okay.
I think they do. I think they do. And I think it's due to the archetype, right? I think if you can have a playmaker like that, and you got Pearson, I think Pierce is a little bit faster than Michael Pittman Jr., but they're both kind of like that gritty possession type of receiver.
Sure.
I think Adonai reminds me a lot of George Pickens, I'd say, with his separations, things like. Well, Pickens didn't have the best separation last year, but I think you kind of get with what I'm saying here, right?
Kind of the same frame, yeah.
Much different archetype, right? Than Michael Pittman Jr. And truthfully, we haven't had a player with that kind of. We haven't had a player like Josh Downs or Adonai Mitchell on our offense since Peyton Manning was a quarterback. Andrew didn't even have archetypes like that. So I got Adonai, and everything I'm seeing about him is he's been kind of the breakaway guy receiver. He's had a couple drops like DeMarco brought up to me earlier this week, but every time you tune into Twitter, what do you see? AD with 30-yard catch, AD with the huge chunk catch, everything like that. So I've seen a lot of that. But like I said, I think if he falls off, you could see Michael Pittman Jr. take less of those, and that's just because he is a possession receiver, I think, and he's a little bit different in sense of that. On the defensive side of the ball, taking a step back, I don't know yet because this is a new DC, and there's going to be different things than we see out there. So we could see guys take a step back that we weren't expecting. Then we could see guys take a massive step forward.
Yeah.
So on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to kind of hold off for right now. But Justin Wally, by far, everything I've seen about him has been very impressive.
I think that's a good point. Just overall defensively, is like we really don't know what, like we know kind of who our guys have been, but who's to say a guy like, I don't know, just pulling a name out like Cameron McGrone, like someone who maybe didn't play much at all with Gus Bradley might be a key player with Lou Anarumo, right? And I'm not saying him specifically, but just for example, like there could be guys that we have had on the roster that were special teams guys who are now key players for us moving forward. So I mean, it's definitely something to watch out for. I
think Adonai Mitchell is a good choice, to be fair. I think this is one of the guys that a lot of people were hyped about when he got drafted. I was pretty hyped about him. I think that he had a lot of issues with drops. The last couple practices, week and a half, he's shown that he's been reliable. So to be fair, I think that's a safe bet. And I think we've talked multiple times about our wide receiver room. We talked last week, Damon, you weren't here. If Adonai Mitchell takes that step forward, that leads into do we re-sign Michael Pittman Jr. or do we not? Right,
he's the biggest threat to his
Adonai Mitchell is a massive threat. If that guy continues to be what he's been throughout this offseason, Yeah, I think Michael Pittman Jr. is not going
Did
to be
y'all
a
see
Colt
how
much
open he was
longer.
getting last year?
He's always open. I mean,
He's
it's
open.
like the thing with Alec Pierce, right? Everybody was like, "Oh, Alec Pierce didn't do enough. Alec Pierce didn't do this, didn't do that," but he was always open. It just mattered on who was throwing them the ball.
Well, and Frank was sending him out there on 10-yard routes.
Adani was the issue of like, I'm gonna drop this wide open pass,
Yeah.
and it was multiple times. And to be fair, what was it? His rookie year.
You kind of let some of those go, but
Yeah.
Adonai and Pierce went through two different things as rookies, though. Kind of their time.
Yeah, I mean, Pierce was always open. He was running 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
And then you had Adani who was just kind of dropping passes. But at the same time, that those are two different things that are developed. And Adani, to be fair, I don't know if anybody's seen that. Well, I mean, everybody's probably seen that throw. That throw from AR, the out and the up, that touchdown throw that AR threw to him in training camp. To me, that's a prime example of Adani developing, because that was a fully covered throw, right? The throw was thrown to him. It was a perfectly thrown ball by AR. So that was a development on AR's aspect. But then the fact that he was fully covered, I mean, he was blanketed, and he made that catch. To me, that shows development on Adani's side as well.
I think it's just going to come down to the little small things that he had last year, like not being able to keep his feet in bound, jumping out of the way to avoid contact.
But from what I've seen, he's made those adjustments.
Like that. I think it's just going to be for him to put it together this season. I don't think that there's not very many receivers. I don't think has his ability, what he can do speed wise, hands wise. If he can actually put on display what his skill set presents, I think we got CeeDee Lamb 2.0. If he can actually do what his body is capable of doing, so I think he has all the ability in the world. I'd love to see him take off and be what he can be.
Hey, and not for nothing, I've been seeing Anthony Gould's name kind of make the rounds too, as having made a big step forward. Now, is it on that same level? I don't know, but we're talking about.
I think Anthony Gould is on that Ashton Doolin level.
I could see that. I'm just saying, these are good problems to have, right?
We hated on Ashton Doolin early, but the dude
he's still on the roster.
He's clutching moments. He's still on the roster. He can still make plays, and I think that's what Gould is going to be until he takes that step forward.
Does Laquan Treadwell make this team?
No.
I don't.
Who?
I don't think so either. Laquan. So Treadwell, if you're not familiar, he was a really big name out of college.
15th overall pick.
Never really took off in the pros, and now he's sitting at
he was old boy from Minnesota, right?
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I figured that's who you thought he was. No, I don't think
so
behind.
I'm just curious.
I don't think behind this wide receiver core. I don't think he does.
No, me neither. But he's there. You know, he's a training camp buddy. But hey, live reps of football coming this week, man. Obviously, we got those scrimmages we talked about, preseason game on Thursday. So hopefully a lot more to talk about next week as well, with a little bit of actual game action. Maybe we get more of an insight on that QB battle.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my Fire Stick set up. Both my Fire Sticks are at the house, so I'm trying to get my own right now so I can get my shit back up and running so I can watch the game. I didn't watch the game the other day. Also, non-Colts related, I think that virtual fucking stick measurement bullshit is trash.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one, man.
I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I think it's fucking terrible.
We're gonna have to see. But I'm iffy on it for sure.
Yeah, DeMarco looks a little quiet tonight. You good, my guy?
Yeah.
Ready for Colts ball, man. This Thursday, y'all don't miss it. Colts versus Ravens preseason football. Get a little insight, and we'll be here to talk about it next week too.
So, hold on. Tressa Johnson says, what if we're halfway through the season and doing bad? Do our owners fire somebody to show she's not playing?
I mean, it define bad. You know, are we?
I don't like firing people halfway through the season, man. Just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I would just wait. I personally think you should just wait till the end of the year. If you're gonna fire anybody, blow it all up at the end of the year. If it's that bad, I think you should just wait it out. We've seen plenty of teams turn their seasons around midway through the season. You know,
I mean, we kept
8 and then miss the playoffs. Start 0-8 and finish 9-8. I think there's plenty of ways that a season can go.
All I want is to not see what we did with Jeff Saturday and hire that dude to be a head coach for half a fucking season, and we were trash.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't
As
need
long
that.
as we're not 4-6 or 5-6, like we
I
always
think
are.
you can bounce back from that though. Still,
Yeah,
I'm not firing anybody at 5-6. Is all I'm saying. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not firing people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you fire somebody at 2-8.
Yeah,
I think it.
Yeah.
I think it fully depends.
Oh, and
Because I think it fully depends because it's like the last few seasons, like I've said, we've been within one possession games. If we're within one possession games and we're losing because of bad decisions, I think it fully depends on who we fire.
If it's November and we're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, then you fire somebody.
100%.
Other than that,
100%.
you know, I think
If it's the end of September and we're like 2-4 and we've had some
got
bad
blown out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, not even blown out. If we've had games where we're like, okay, we lost by 3, we lost by 6, whatever. These were some things that we can clean up. Then no, I don't think we truly fire anybody. But if it's like November and we're like, I don't know,
It just doesn't get any better after
Or-
you fire
or
somebody
an
that
8.
season.
yeah,
get any
it doesn't
better.
look any better than the things that we were struggling on in September haven't
Mm-mm.
looked any better.
Yeah.
Then I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, someone is not seeing what I'm seeing. You're fucking gone, dude. Like that's just me.
But
Yeah,
you know,
we're talking about draft picks this is the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not where we're gonna be at though. You know,
It's like by the end of September, you're still trying to make adjustments. You're still trying to figure out, okay, this is what's happening, right? And if we end September at 2-2, I think I'm happy. Even if we end up September at like 1-3, even if that's where we're
you're
at,
still in there. You're still fine.
we're still in there.
Sucks,
It's
but
too-
you're fine.
it's too early. It's the end of the month. Let's make some adjustments. Now, if those adjustments are where the problem is, that's when you start firing people.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, well, we fucking suck. Our players suck. No, it's got to be the adjustments to where you start firing people.
Yeah. I don't see us being in that hole though. You know, I think we'll be all right. You know, it's gonna be our year this year. I believe in it.
I truly
are
see us
on
starting 1-0. Fuck
Saturday,
Miami.
8:15 Eastern times.
7:15 Central. We'll be right back here. We had a little late start today. That's not the normal. 7:15 Central, 8:15
Just
Eastern.
start subscribing. If you subscribe to our YouTube, every time we schedule it, you'll notice it. It'll show you that we've scheduled a show. It'll also show you that we're about to go live. Next weekend, we are not going to be live. I'm pretty sure that everybody's busy next weekend. DeMarco's busy. Zach's got work. Trev, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Damon's got baby
I'll be here.
stuff. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. So, yeah, I don't think next weekend we're gonna do a show mid preseason, but we'll be back the next week. You can definitely expect us back every week during the season.
Hell yeah.
I did want to bring this up. We haven't done it this off season. We need to do our season schedule prediction before the season starts.
How
So
about that?
if it's not this, it's not going to be next weekend, but let's start doing it the following weekend where we start doing our predictions of season wins,
Hell yeah.
losses. Let's predict our fucking future. Let's let these
And be
fans
right this time.
bring in. Listen, and if you're watching, you listen, share us, subscribe, like us, get people to follow us. We're here every Saturday. Even during the off season, we're here. So just start getting us out there. We were out there before. We've had a lot of personal lives happen. So we're back. All right. The crew is fucking back.
Yeah, number one show for Colts content, man. We really appreciate
Unfiltered
y'all
Colts
tuning in
content.
every week. Yeah, the no BS, right? No BS sports.
No BS sports. Damon,
But-
hey, when you get off, hit me up. Let's
I was about to say, let's play some college football, bro. Let's do it.
play some college football.
But thank y'all for tuning in this week, man. We will be back soon. More content, obviously, talking Colts ball. Figure out who's going to be our quarterback. Figure out how many games we're going to win. Thank y'all for tuning in, as always.
Always, hey,
Go
go
Colts,
Longhorns.
baby.
Go
Go
Longhorns.
Colts.
Go Colts.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman